Good morning, guys. My name is Sean Dexter, and I welcome you. No, Krisha, not yet. Wait your turn. I welcome you all to the Mango Grove for your daily analysis video. Now you can go.
What's up, guys?
Alright, so as you guys know, Krisha is sitting right by me. She couldn't wait her turn. And yeah, now we are here. Bitcoin pumping, Krisha. Pumping. All of you were skeptical. Should trusted the Mango Lord, Sean Dexter.
The Mango Lord.
Hey, I'm telling you, when it comes to that price action around the 3.8K to 5K region from 2019, I know that price action. That was my glory moment. And I told you all, it felt so similar. All that price action, the psychology, everything felt so similar. And what do you know now? A $1,200 move from our entry.
He is gloating, guys. He is gloating. You should see the smile on his face right now,
Well,
Sean.
I had to be patient while you were enjoying your long from 7,700 and I had to watch in pain. But hey, enough of that. We'll get back to that actually very soon. Let's talk about what we have going on over here. The Mango Research App Dashboard. And a new update for all of you. Top gainers on the side over here. And what do you know? It's Matic, Krisha, Matic.
That's right. Actually, a lot of them flipped bullish, rather long, over the past day. And the gains have been pretty damn significant. So Matic was one, and ZRX, I think.
A lot of these coins that tend to pump in the altcoin season are moving. I believe even LBC, Library Credits, is doing really well. Shout out to Lewis for that one. He is really milking that one for all it's worth. So yeah, Matic 36%. You know what? Is it on? Okay, it's right over here actually. 4 hours on the 4-hour time frame. For those of you who do have access to the premium version, it did call a long 2 days ago actually on the 4-hour time frame. But I'm interested to see, actually let's do this to avoid the noise. Let's look at only Matic, and I want to see when did it call it on the daily time frame. Okay, so it did call it on the daily time frame.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So like this just flipped not too long ago.
A day ago, and
look at the gains on this. 21% if you played the USDT pairing, and 10 on BTC. That's insane.
So again, I want to remind people who don't have access to the dashboard. Again, everybody should have access to at least the free version. The way to read this is that your returns from the reversal date, right, on the dashboard is 21%. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's 21% up today. Today it's only it's up 19%.
That's right.
Your returns since the signal has been 21%. Okay, so yeah, just a quick heads up on that. And Kusha, anything else that you have been looking over here at the dashboard?
4 hour, like just go back to 4 hour, and I'm looking at Bitcoin. Like it gave you a beautiful call on Bitcoin itself, because look at the way that we ripped up today.
Well, you didn't need to listen to the dashboard for that. You need to listen to me. All right, I was earlier than the dashboard.
Well,
I do believe,
Dick. Everyone's faces like 24.
So am I. I do a video every day. And I've been saying, I don't know about you guys, but I'm bullish. All right, so let's get on over to the charts and let's discuss why I was bullish. We have Bitcoin USD on the daily. Yes, the daily, right? So that's what we were looking at. We were looking at the daily 21 EMA and the daily Tenkin, and also more importantly
the 2-day
21, right? So what was really interesting to me was that we came down over here, tested the 2-day 21 EMA twice within its 2-day candle, each on each day of the 2-day candle. Right? So it didn't happen on the same day. It happened within 2 daily candles. Both of these tested the 8200 both times, right? That was a 21 EMA test on the 2-day time frame. So let me go ahead and draw that out for you guys. This line over here, guys, that was the 2-day 21 EMA. Tested once, tested twice, both times closing over the daily 21 EMA, the daily Tenkin, as well as the 2-day 200 moving average, right? So I'm seeing all of this. I'm seeing everybody being bullish, and I just don't understand. Being bearish, looking for 7.2K, and I get it. Okay, it's a key level, but until we clear these levels, you cannot be looking at this.
Exactly.
You cannot. So one step at a time, right? And yes, I would love to be a buyer here too. And I talked to you, Krisha, about my psychology and my bias towards wanting to buy at 7,200.
Yeah.
And that was because I didn't get to enter my long at 7,200 on the way up, right? But I had to check myself on that. I had to check myself on that bad psychology, wanting to get back what I missed.
That's right.
And I was like, if I waited for that, I would have missed out on this clear long. To me, this was very clear. We had the daily, the 2-day, going back to the 4-hour Ichimoku
Now,
too.
speaking of your long, by the way, I noticed on the seed chat, you were telling the guys how you were juicing out a bit more profits in this range because I believe you were expecting a rejection here, right? At around that 9.7, 9.8K region.
Yeah, I was looking at 9,800-ish. Essentially, this horizontal right over here.
Right. So you said you were using options to juice out a little more profits. So what did you
Not the most
what made you
professional word.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not too privy with.
No. It was my words. It was my words. though.
Okay, but what made you kind of take that, and why options?
Okay, so essentially what I did was, and I'm going to try and explain this as simply as I can. What I did was I sold calls at a strike price of 9,750.
Okay.
So what does it mean when I'm selling a call? I've explained some of the basics to you,
Okay,
right?
so you're selling a call means you're selling the right to buy. You're selling someone the right to buy.
Yeah. Okay. But not the obligation to, right?
Yeah,
okay,
not the
very,
obligation.
very simple. Okay, so he will not call on his right to buy, okay, unless the price is about 9,750.
That's
correct?
right. That's right.
But he's paying me a premium to have that right.
Oh.
Correct? He's paying me the premium.
Yes.
And the premium, when I cashed in on that, was around 170, 175. Okay, that's around the prices I was picking those up for. So I'm collecting the premium at 170, 175
Yeah.
because I am betting on, hey, by around tomorrow, price is not going to be at this level or above this level. Okay,
That's
so
right.
the expiration dates for those were May 15th.
Okay.
Okay, so what happens over there? I basically get to keep the premium, and if price is underneath 9,750, those option contracts are going to expire worthless. Right? So I get to keep the premium, right? So essentially, let's say I got them for 175, right? I got them for 175, and my long is at around 8,500.
That's right.
So essentially, we can go 8,500 minus 175,
Okay.
making my effective long around 8,325.
Okay.
Right? So
Okay. I
that
see.
is considering everything goes my way, right?
That's right. That's
so
right.
that's how you can kind of juice out more profits and build a stronger long position against these key support and resistance lines.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Nice.
So yeah, again, it's
What
very simple
happens
concepts
if-
that you can use along with your technical analysis to.
Okay, that's really cool. Okay, I mean, I'm still kind of learning.
Yeah. No. If you have, do you have another question? Just.
No, I was just wondering. I'm like, okay, fine. So, I mean, you clearly cashed in on the premium there, right?
Yeah.
What happens if we close over the line, the 9,700, wherever you sold your options?
So if I'm assigned the position, right? If I'm assigned the position, keep in mind, okay, I collected the 175 no matter what.
Okay,
so
yeah.
just let's talk only about the option call at this point. Forget about the long. Forget about the long. Remember, I'm long over here.
That's right.
All the way from 8,500-ish. But let's say I wasn't long. I am covered on my option up until 9,750 plus 175.
175,
right?
correct.
Because
You have the premium.
I have the premium, right?
That's right.
It's only after 9750 plus 175 that I actually start taking a loss. So let's go. It's actually just around this wick. So
Okay.
it's this actually works out. By the way, you can use options that way to figure out the key support and resistance levels. But that's a different conversation. So after around 9,950-ish is when we actually start taking a loss.
Okay.
If I was not already covered with my long.
Oh, okay.
Right, but my long covers me after that point.
That's right.
So that's how. Anyways, that's a topic for a completely different
That's
video
that's
where I'm
cool.
gonna have to actually break it down.
Yeah.
And So let's go ahead and we were talking about the Ichimoku, right? I was talking about how there were so many things telling us, hey, this is looking like a really, really good long. And the bottom of this cloud over here was was another one, right? We're looking at the wicks being picked up over here and getting front run at the bottom of the cloud, the 200 moving average not getting hit. We're like, hey, the cloud is not getting hit, the 200 moving average is not getting hit. Let's turn on the 200 exponential moving average. Again, guys, go ahead and watch my video where I discuss the difference between moving averages and exponential moving averages, right? It'll give you a good idea of how to use them better. And you can see the 200 exponential moving average was getting picked up. And this was so similar to all the price action that was going on back in early 2019 when we broke out of that 3K, 4K range, right? We are doing a combination of two things. Doing a combination of the price action at around the 5K level when we came down, got accumulated along the 21
EMA, that's
and
right.
then on the break of that 8K level, when I kind of got shook out of my position and then kept getting picked up on the 200 EMA on the 4 hour, and I got back when I get back, do you remember this, Krisha? When did I get back into my position? When we retook the daily 10 SMA, right?
Oh yes.
Yes.
I remember you were telling the people in the group too.
I was
guys,
like,
as soon as we take out the 10 SMA, we're running from here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And I was questioning it at the time. Until it actually happened. I'm like, holy shit.
And I was long all coins.
Yeah.
Right? I said, okay, this is my game plan, guys. If we take back to 10 SMA, I am going to be wrong about being wrong.
That's right.
Right? Because I'd gotten out of my Bitcoin position. I'm like, if we take back to 10 SMA, right? Very similar to what we did over here.
That's right.
Then it's going to mean that we're going to have another leg up and I'm going to be getting back to my position. Okay. And that basically means that I got bear trapped out of my trade. And boom. That's exactly what happened this time too. All coins dumped back then. All coins are dumping now. Like, look at all of this. -5 on Eng, -3% on... Actually, these are... There you go. RLC, -7.6%. Also, it's very, very similar.
So now the question is, where are we going from here, right? Because now we have to kind of look at the most important resistance zones above us. I believe the first one is actually at this 9.7, 9.8K region, which also lines up with weekly cloud. Bottom of the cloud.
Yes.
Plus, it's also monthly. Now, do you think because we've taken back that daily 10 SMA, do you think we have, a little more oomph? I mean, we still have about 3 to 4 days left on the week. So
I have to be very, very careful with sending out the message that, hey, at around the 5K and 8K region in 2019, we had similar price action. That means we're going all the way back to 14K. I'm not trying to imply that over here at all. Okay. Remember, we always take it one step at a time.
That's right.
I don't like going 1-to-1 ratios, right? Just because over here we pumped all the way up there, that means over here we're going to pump. I don't want to give you guys that impression. Okay. So that's done now. Okay. That price action we already had.
Yeah.
Now we got to see what's happening now.
Correct.
And you are right. We are at a key level. I do believe now we have to take other factors into consideration. One, this could be still right over here. We could be putting in a lower high on the weekly time frame.
That's right.
We do have weekly cloud resistance. All this price action could have just lined up with the fact that, hey, we are filling in that CME gap everyone is talking about. Well, we fill that now, right? Now is the question, what are we going to do from here? And I do think that looking at the 4-hour time frame is going to start giving us clues. What I'll be looking for is, so one, we already rejected this key 9,800 level, right?
That's right.
Let's turn on our horizontals. If we can actually lose 9,600 as well, I do think we're going to come back, test 9,157. And I don't know if we get support over there. I actually do think we're going to come back to the bottom of the cloud and eventually see 6.5K. I know that's a bold call to make, but I do think we're going to come and see 6.5K. Because this is my opinion. I think the weekly levels are going to start, the weekly time frame is going to start showing its colors, rather, showing its power. And we are either going to go all the way to 13K from here, or going to go down to 6.4K.
Careful,
one of the two.
You're going to make the bears very happy.
Well, I'm going to be making the bulls very happy too, right? It's if this, then that. And there's no reason to be overly bullish or overly bearish over here when we are at such a key level. We just have to wait a little bit, and we will be rewarded for patience. I do think people misunderstand when is the right time to be patient and when's the time to be aggressive.
That's right.
Right?
I completely agree with them.
Patience is rewarded as long as it does not turn into cowardice.
That's right.
Right? And I really, really have to commend myself from from the mistakes I made in the past, where my patience turned into cowardice and I did not take the trades I should have been taking. So over here, I took the trades right in the right direction because, hey, the trend is your friend, and the trend has been up for the longest time. Now, here's a question: on the daily time frame, we have a chance of putting in a lower high.
That's right.
Okay, we already broken the daily uptrend by taking out this wick over here. Now, hey, this could be a lower high on the daily time frame. Okay.
Yeah, I think that will really solidify the overall structure and kind of tip us off on who is in control, right? The bulls or the bears. And notice, Sean,
Who's taking control? The bulls are in control right now.
The bulls are in control. Correction, the bulls are in control, but the bears may take over if we are not able to take out that last high at around that 10,000 region. Now, notice we also have a daily Kumo twist.
Yes.
Now, also, guys, I don't know. I mean, we've brought this up, quite a few times, in that these Kumo twists seem to really play out. Like, even if you just pan on over to the 12-hour time frame for just like a second, look at the Kumo twist that we have and look at the pull into the Kumo twist. So we had the Kumo twist, and you saw price actually come down to that 12-hour 200 simple moving average, right? So there's usually that nice magnetic
pull towards it. Now, don't get confused with us saying that it's going to come into the Kumo, right? It doesn't need to, especially when it's so far away. But it will have a directional pull towards it, is what Krisha is saying.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, what I'll be looking for though, if the bears are, looking to take over, I'll be looking for that 4-hour uptrend to break. So as soon as we lose that 21 EMA on the 4-hour,
so it's going to have a cascading effect, right? We're going to have the 4-hour lose that major level, then the daily also showing that, hey, this is a low high, and then the weekly saying, hey, you know what, we're going to have continuation to the downside because last week's candle is going to establish itself as a low high as well. And if you look at the 1-hour, Krish, I do think we have a Kumo twist over there as well, right over here. So
oh my god,
we could be coming straight into it. I want to make life a little bit easier for you guys, all of you. You can look at the daily, turn on your cloud. Remember, Mango Ribbon is free. Just use the link down below. You'll get access to it. You'll have our settings, all of this, colors, etc. All you have to do is wait for a candle close underneath the daily Tenkin over here, which will line up with a close underneath the daily 21 EMA as well, because the 21 EMA is likely going to come up by then. If we do see that, Krisha, Kijun would be my next target, 7,200.
That'd be beautiful.
But look at the resistance here with the cloud. Yes, the Kijun is resistance, but the cloud resistance is so thin, this is why I'm leaning towards, by the way, the bottom of the cloud over here. I do think we're going to just go right through the cloud. But
you got to give the Kijun a bit of significance, because it's the Kijun, yes, but it's also lining up with a major horizontal right there, right?
Okay. I don't know. I do think we are likely to come down to somewhere around that.
I do believe a lot of people are looking at fib levels, and that's where they're getting
at least 6.9K. How about that?
Yeah, 6.9K. I see 6.9K. But I do believe that we have stronger zones of support that we need to watch out for. Because what happens when everyone is looking at that one level?
Who's looking at 6.4K? Nobody is. Everybody's looking at 7.2K and 7.7.
But then as soon as it starts dropping, it's going to happen too fast.
It's going to happen too fast. I'm telling you, it's going to happen so fast. And we go back onto the daily, right? It's going to break down too fast for people to, if it does break down, okay, one of two things are happening. We are either going to pump far too fast or dump too fast for people to react. I'm just waiting for that opportunity. Like I said, over here, everybody was waiting, and what happens? We pump, right? Now people will be looking to either short into this and either get wrecked, which is why I wasn't looking to short into this either, right? I don't want to be shorting into any momentum. It's a one-way ticket to getting your account liquidated.
Okay, so now we know what price has to do from here, basically set in that lower high in order to see further continuation to the downside if we are expecting it, right?
Yeah.
Now, what happens if price, what should happen rather if price wants to see an upward trudge? Now, what I'm looking for personally is a close, like I said, inside that weekly cloud. I think that will take us all the way up to that 11.4, 11.7K region. What are you looking for?
Well, a close inside the weekly cloud is going to be pretty strong. No denying that. What will be more convincing is if you can take out this wick over here at around 10,557.
Yeah.
Sorry, 10,057 and 92 cents to be exact. Then I do think we're at least going to test these highs over here at around 10,350, 10,400. But if you're looking only at the cloud, actually could get up to 10,751. In that case, we'll actually be taking out this wick over here too, and then I'll be that's why I'm looking for such a big move, Krisha, because there's going to be a cascading effect.
That's right.
If we have the edge-to-edge trade on the cloud that you're looking for, well, we're going to be taking out this high over here too. In that case, I'll be looking towards these highs next at around 11,500 on candle closes, and perhaps all the way up to this wick over here, 13,800ish, right? That's why I'm looking at those numbers, because there could be a cascading effect going on over here on the higher time frames.
Okay, but for the time being though, you're going to be looking at that the most immediate weekly wick.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That we have. So take that out, and then we could possibly see continuation testing those previous highs.
Look at that, by the way. I just noticed the bottom of the 200 moving average on the weekly is lining up with the bottom of the cloud. Oh, sorry, the bottom of the symmetrical triangle I drew. Right? So
which lines up with your 6.2K.
No, yes, we're gonna have. So this is what's gonna happen, guys. We're gonna have a wick down to 5.8K and then close at 6,400.
Oh my god. Okay, but all this to say though, I mean, these are all important sort of zones of support still. Even that 6.2K region that Sean is looking at, either way, it is still important. It's just about, I believe it's about having a plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? If you're
exactly.
too steadfast on your levels and you're like, no, nothing doing, I'm gonna buy right here and here only.
Yep.
What happens is that if price does not come down there,
or
right,
goes
and
right through it,
or it gets picked up,
you're caught off guard.
You're caught off guard. So it's good to have a plan, have an if this then that plan, and just keep your biases aside. That's the best kind of course of action, with Bitcoin, and just by looking at where price is at right now.
Yeah, and start being okay being wrong, right?
Yeah,
because you get
absolutely.
to pivot very, very quickly.
Okay, so I mean, this is all we have for Bitcoin. Is there anything else that you want to speak about,
So wait, we talked about upside targets, we talked about downside targets. I do want to talk about immediate downside targets very, very quickly. I think we covered that already. I think what we didn't cover was immediate upside targets. Immediate upside targets, if we close a 4-hour candle above 9,800, then I think we're going to make an official push to around 10,000-ish.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? Close a 4-hour candle above 10,000, then I think we're going to have a much bigger move, but 10,400 at the very, very least. All right, guys, that's our upside targets. Downside targets, losing 9,600 will be a bad sign. At the very least, 9,155 will be tested once again, if not the middle of the range. That would be like Bitcoin being bullish if we get picked up at 9,350, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We'll be continuing the 4-hour uptrend. 4 hours in a strong uptrend right now, and if we get down to 9,155, I do think eventually we're going to make our way down to the bottom of this range over here, 8,450. All right, so these are our immediate targets. You guys know what our long-term targets are. Looking at either 13K here or 6K. That's what I'm looking at. We had a poll in Mango Seed as well. I want to go ahead and check the results of that poll after this video. So Krisha, Link next?
Yes, Link. I was looking at Link yesterday, and BTC looked destroyed.
Yeah.
Link BTC.
So full disclosure, guys, I did close out my Link position as soon as we close underneath the daily 10 SMA right over here. I was wondering whether I was going to regret that decision, and I haven't looked at Link actually since this morning when I closed out that position. And what do you know? Right over here, seeing continuation to the downside. No surprise there. Bitcoin is making some big moves. I might be looking to pick up this position, take the same trade yet again, right over here. This is a weekly level.
Fair enough. Does that line up with the weekly diagonal that we were looking at in our previous video?
Yes, likely does. There we go, actually. There we go.
It does. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So we are on the weekly 21 EMA over here right now, but I don't think the weekly 21 EMA has done anything for Link in the past, so be careful with that, guys. I've fallen for this in the past, where I look at this, I'm like, oh, weekly 21 EMA, and because weekly 21 EMA has been respected on other charts in the past, I just failed to zoom out and see that
One thing I want you to notice, while it has not been following the weekly 21 EMA, if you just switch off your 21 EMA as well as your 10 SMA and just notice how price has reacted relative to that Tenkin as well as the Kijun. I mean, it's been beautiful on those C-SPAN trades, but turn on the Kijun. Turn on the Kijun, because you'll notice something. So notice how we've done fairly well on that. And if we lose the Tenkin here, if we close the week below the Tenkin, would you expect a C-SPAN trade all the way down to the Kijun?
Well, we have had good trades. Now, these may not look like much over here, but these are significant percents, guys. This is a 13% move to the downside. So if you sold underneath the Tenkin, you got a nice 13% move to the downside. If you catch this wick, even more. And then if you bought the Kijun again, you got another 13, 14%, 17% move to the upside. So yeah, there are good trades to be had over here. But this diagonal line to me has been proving to be the...
look at that one. Yeah, look at that point there.
So I wouldn't bet against this horizontal. If we lose this horizontal, then yes, I'd be looking towards the Kijun next.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's Link BTC. Krisha, you've been looking at Link USD, right?
Yeah, so I actually got out of my trade last night. Now, I was supposed to post a video last night, but my Link trade really kind of caught me off guard. And I was looking at Link BTC as well as Link USD. Now, Link BTC was trudging down, or it was rather... Yeah, it was getting ugly there.
So wait, were you on I thought you were trading Link BTC.
I was. Okay. And I got out of my Link BTC trade because of what Link USD was doing. I noticed that Bitcoin was trudging up, right? While Link USD was doing absolutely nothing. Like, it's just been choppy. It's not trending anywhere. And if I'm betting on Link BTC, I want to make sure that Link USD is also going up in value. Right? I want to see that strength on the USD chart as well. And I was not seeing that.
Yes.
Right.
So essentially, the way I like to look at it, and I've mentioned this to the guys before, is that if I'm looking at Link USD, I want to see Link USD move independently of Bitcoin.
That's right.
Right?
Exactly.
I don't want it to be because Bitcoin is moving. And worse is if Link is not moving when Bitcoin's moving, right? And Link's just been going sideways.
And that's exactly what was happening right now, right? Link USD is not moving while Bitcoin is ripping up. And that's why Link BTC is in an ugly downtrend on those lower time frames.
Yeah, so honestly, I think all of you are not confusing, or rather convoluting the situation. All you have to do is look at the Link BTC chart, right? And once you identify that Link USD is not doing anything, just look at what Link BTC is doing. And I think that's essentially what you did, really, right? Okay. So yeah, any thoughts on Link USD? What do you think it's going to do?
I mean, there's nothing much to be said here. I mean, it's extremely choppy. We've been, taking out the 21 EMA, losing it again, taking it out, losing it again. So what I'll be looking for in order for Link USD to actually establish a trend, I'm going to start looking for it to actually either, hold the 4-hour 21 EMA as support if we are going up, or hold the 4-hour 21 EMA as resistance if we are indeed moving down. And right now, as you can see, we've just been chopping right on it.
Yeah, there's nothing to be had on the USD.
So there's nothing to be had on here.
So I do want to talk about how I almost... Okay, actually, you know what? Let's talk about my XTZ trade that I almost took and why I decided not to take it, okay? And I almost made a mistake that I used to make because I'm doing too much today. So almost took a trade over here, guys, at 27,000 Satoshi. I got excited for it. I'm like, hey, key horizontal, easy to manage trade. And yes, it is easy to manage. As you can see, as soon as we close underneath, you're wrong about your trade and you get out, right? But I was looking at this, and firstly, this is not the kind of structure you want to see, okay, for a bounce. Like, we bounced once off it. We bounced another time off it right over here. Let me zoom in for you guys. Let me hide everything. We'll talk about this a little bit. So we've had some good bounces off this, okay, off this level over here. Pushed, came down, pushed immediately. Now look at this. This is what I talk about when I look for whether I should be taking a trade off a support and resistance. The next push was weak. Now keep in mind, guys, I already have taken a loss on XTZ when I tried to take a trade somewhere around here. I do believe this is the Bitcoin chart. Yep, I did try to take a trade somewhere around there, and I had to get out of my trade. As you can see, we've been dumping ever since. Again, this is another reason, guys, why once you're wrong about your idea, get out. Imagine if I was stubborn, Krisha, and I held on to that trade this entire time. Imagine the pain I'll be feeling, right? Because what happens? You're like, oh no, it's going to get picked up. It's going to get picked up. When you see a candle like this, let's go through the psychology that we used to have back when we were starting, right?
Okay, this is going to be fun.
We get into the trade because we see something like this happen. We FOMO into a breakout, and we get in, and what happens? We see a candle like this, dumps right after.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's fine. It's going to get picked up. Right? And you see this wick over here. Oh, it's bullish, guys. And you wait for another candle and you see this. You're like, damn, I'm going to get out on the next candle.
Yeah.
The next time it comes somewhere around here, right? I'm going to
Exactly.
get out, right? And then it dumps further and you see a wick like this. Like, okay. It's going to come up here for sure. This is bullish. It's going to come up there. But no, it doesn't. This was your chance to get out, cut your losses, but you don't. You see the wick and you find a reason to stay in your position. You see another candle, but no worries, right? Because it's not taking out this wick yet. You're like, okay, it's fine. Go sideways. All this is an opportunity to cut your losses, but you don't. What happens? Boom. Okay, guys, it's fine though. It's fine because now we are at major support, right? Major support. It's fine. It has to bounce. It has to bounce.
It has to bounce.
And what happens? We break through. It's fine. No, this is a zone, right? And what happens? We break through, right? So look at your loss that you could have cut over here has turned into, what is that now? Let's go ahead and see. Oh, 10%, right? You could have cut it for 1%.
Yeah.
You 10x'd your loss.
And the thing is that's
Literally 10x'd your loss.
that's crazy.
Yeah, you're going to say thing is that?
The price at which you're willing to sell at keeps going lower and lower, and then at one point you sit back, you're like, what am I doing?
What did I let
do?
happen?
Yeah.
Because first you were supposed to sell here.
You were
then
not
you're
willing to sell that because you're looking for a higher price.
Yeah.
And then that target kept moving lower and lower and lower.
Yeah,
and
you
lower.
move the goalpost.
At that point, you're letting price dictate. It's like toying with your emotions. So that's why it's so important to set, the or rather define the boundaries of your trade.
Have a number in your head that no matter what happens, you're getting out. All right?
Yeah.
So I tell this to traders who are just starting off. In the beginning, just cut it. Always just cut it. Even if you see a bounce after, don't feel bad. Because you need to understand that you're at a level where you're better off always cutting it sooner than later. As time goes on, you start getting a feel for the chart and you're like, okay, you know what? I may be able to get out at a better trade.
That's right.
But that is something you do at a later level. Don't do that in the beginning. In the beginning, you are always better off just cutting the loss. Get out. Okay, get out, because it takes time to understand when you can wait for that bounce and when it's just better to just cut it.
That's right.
All right, just cut it, guys.
Absolutely.
Cut it. All right, there's going to be another mango motto. Cut it. And we're going to have, Trisha, a mango that's cut in half. Okay? We'll make a t-shirt. We'll make a t-shirt. Oh, this is going to be such a good t-shirt idea. You guys want a t-shirt like that? Cut it, mango, or cut mango, and then stress-free. Let us know in the comments down below. We'll make it, and we'll give it out to 5 lucky participants.
Yeah, why the hell not?
I was actually joking, but that's actually a good idea. Okay, let's do it. Okay, I was talking about why I decided. Yeah, we went off track. Why I decided to not take the trade. Because one, the bounce was not strong enough, right? And then I'm like, okay, this is showing weakness. Do I want to see confirmation of this weakness? What do I look at next? Well, I went and looked at the Bitcoin dominance chart, and let's pull that up right over here. And the Bitcoin dominance chart looked so bullish. It was somewhere around here, and we had just broken this horizontal. I'm like, I am not touching any altcoins as soon as we did this. And look at that, we took out this high over here too.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, this is looking really strong, guys. This is looking really freaking strong. And damn.
You don't want to be playing against that momentum, because I feel like betting on the altcoins right now is you betting against Bitcoin. Especially if you're playing those BTC pairings.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially what it is.
Well, the Bitcoin dominance is telling you that it's in an uptrend, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be few winners that outperform Bitcoin, and it's not being reflected in the Bitcoin dominance chart, right? Because there's only a few. But do you really want to take the chance? Now we know Chainlink, XTZ are one of the few coins that may outperform Bitcoin, regardless of what the rest of the alts are doing, correct? Mm-hmm. But that's not what those BTC pairings are telling me. When I look at Chainlink BTC, I'm seeing weaker bounces. When I look at XCZ BTC, I'm seeing weaker bounces. And when that's getting confirmed on the Bitcoin dominance chart, I don't want to be taking those trades on those key levels, right? If Bitcoin dominance was in a downtrend, what was that telling me? That's telling me that, hey, you know what? All coins are outperforming.
That's right.
Right. In that case, I'll be looking to buy those key levels against the Bitcoin pairing. I'll be looking to buy Chainlink BTC on a key support level. I'll be looking to buy XTZ on a key support level. But if I'm seeing this, if I'm seeing Bitcoin trending, well, in an uptrend, support and resistance means less and less, because you break support, you break resistance when things are trending, right? So then I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance trending, and I then look at XTZ BTC. Where's XTZ BTC? Right over here. I'm like, okay, Bitcoin dominance is trending. XTZ is coming into major support. It is very likely, or not, I don't say very likely, but there's a chance, that high chance that we break this. And I don't want to be betting on that right now. And you don't want to be losing Bitcoin in the long run. That's a mistake a lot of new traders make, right? They end up only fixating on the altcoin pairings, especially getting stuck on Link USD, like just looking at the USD pairing, and then you're losing Bitcoin on the entire run.
That's right.
While just fixating on the USD price of Link, not realizing you're losing a lot of Bitcoin. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're long-term bullish on Link and don't give a rat's ass about Bitcoin, by all means, that's completely fine. But I do want to just put that out there. Make sure that you guys really have your goals and your priorities written down,
Yes.
and you always stick with that.
Oh, absolutely.
So anything else, Krisha? Do you want to talk about? Oh, I do want to show one quick thing on the 12-hour. Give some really nice. A good 12-hour, not just the wine. I'll talk about the wine in a second, but as soon as we closed over here, over the 21 EMA, we came retested and closed over the Tenkan as well. That's how you have your continuation move towards the upside. And this looks like, actually, I'm a little bit neutral on this kind of price action. I'm not sure whether I'd call for another test to around 10,000 or perhaps retest of 21 EMA. Gun to my head, I would say 10. I'll have to look at the lower time frames, but yeah, Mango Vine nailing it again, Krisha. Wow, this thing.
Look at that. Yeah, look at the entire accumulation zone.
Yep.
Right up.
This was the biggest reason why, again, I was very keen on not being too strong on my altcoin positions, right? Because the Mango Wine was saying, hey, trend continuation from this area over here, 8,300, 8,200-ish, and seeing it again. So that has like what, a 90% win rate thus far. Our secret weapon. So that being said, my name is Sean Dexter.
And I am Krisha. And you have our thoughts on Bitcoin, Chainlink, and XTZ. And with this, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the Mango way, trade the easy way, guys. Ciao.
Bye.